This is another lesson for the Form 4 pupils. We are using the Full Blast Plus 4 textbook, and then the title will be Mother Nature, Unit 7. So, welcome to the Form 4 pupils. It is Unit 7, the topic is Mother Nature, and the textbook is Full Blast. Before we begin, let's look at the learning standards. We have the main skills, reading 3.1.3, guess the meaning of unfamiliar words from clues provided by other words and by context on a wide range of familiar topics. And then we have listening 1.1.6, understand independently longer simple narrative on a wide range of familiar topics. And then we have speaking 2.2.1, use formal and informal registers appropriately in most familiar contexts. And then we have complementary skills. They are reading 3.1.1, understand the main points in extended text on a wide range of familiar topics. And then we are speaking 2.2.1, use formal and informal registers appropriately in most familiar contexts. And then writing 4.2.2, spell written work on a range of text types with reasonable accuracy. So for the pre-lesson, let's look at the animals that are already extinct. So these are 20 animals. Okay, we have lost in the past 150 years. So you have the names. And then there are 7 pictures. So now let's listen to the audio.
20 extinct animals we've lost in the past 150 years. Study the pictures 1 to 7. Do you know their names? Find the answers from the list of the 20 extinct animals. Quagga, Thylacine, Pyrenean ibex, Pouli, Dodo, Northern white rhinoceros, Spix macaw, passenger pigeon, golden toad, Zanzibar leopard, Madron large white, Carolina parakeet, West African black rhino, Tacopa pupfish, Falkland Islands wolf, Javan tiger, Round Island burrowing boa, Pinta Island tortoise, Dutch Alcan blue butterfly, Skimberg steer.
Okay, let's look at the answers. So number one is the Javan tiger, and then number 2 will be the Carolina parakeet, and then 3 will be the West African black rhino, and then we have Pyrenean ibex and the thylacine, and then we have the Zanzibar leopard, and the last one is the dodo. Okay, now we are going to move on to reading. So this is a text from your textbook, and the title is Amazing Animals.
Module 7. Mother Nature. 7a. Read.
B. Look at the titles and the pictures. What do you think the text is about?
Amazing animals. You might think that what makes us different from animals is our ability to think and to build friendships with others. But in fact, animals are capable of more extraordinary things than you might imagine. Find out why. Big love. In many cultures, elephants are seen as a symbol of wisdom and are known for having an excellent memory. They have the largest brains of all land animals, and their intelligence is evident in their ability to learn, use tools, and even in their sense of humour. They are very social animals, and although they live in herds, they spend their lives in pairs devoted to a best friend. These friendships between elephants are well known, but in an elephant sanctuary in the United States, an unusual friendship blossomed. Tara, an Asian elephant, chose Bella, a dog, as her best friend. The odd pair loved spending all their time together, eating, sleeping and playing. Then one day, Bella had an accident. For the entire 3 weeks it took her to recover, Tara waited outside the sanctuary office. She was free to wander the 2,200 acres, but she was loyal to her friend and chose to wait for her to get better. It just shows us how animals don't consider differences when they choose their friends. Clever crows. We use the word bird brain for people who aren't very clever, but just because birds have small brains, it doesn't necessarily mean they aren't intelligent, especially crows. Some crows make tools for finding food. They think about what tool they need and look for it. If they cannot find the right shape, they make the tool themselves by cutting bits of wood from trees, leaves or grass. They even store their tools in a safe place to use at a later time. Another thing they hide is food. This is common among many animals, but if a crow thinks another crow from the flock is watching, it will pretend to store food in one place, then put it somewhere else. Crows in Japan are clever enough to leave nuts on the road at traffic lights so that cars will run over them and crack them open. And amazingly, crows have been filmed using food scraps for fish bait. They drop the scraps into the sea to attract fish and catch them. Pretty smart thinking for such a small brain. Dolphin to the rescue. Dolphins are well known for their intelligence and their ability to understand human language. However, many people do not realize how well they communicate with other animals with which they share the oceans. In 2008, 2 whales, a mother and her calf, ended up getting stuck in shallow waters off the coast of New Zealand. A group of people gathered at once wanting to help. They spent hours trying to direct the whales back into deeper waters. Both the rescuers and whales were exhausted, and after some time the authorities were at a loss. They didn't know what to do next, and in the end, they decided to give up. They were considering putting the animals down when a dolphin turned up. Somehow, it calmed the whales down and communicated with them. Within a few minutes, the whales were following the dolphin back to the freedom of safe waters. The dolphin had saved their lives and had accomplished something that humans had not been able to. It reminds us that even though we might not understand what animals are saying, other animals probably do.
Now let's look at the reading exercise. It is for C. Pick the text again and write E for elephant, C for crow, and or D for dolphin. Which animal? Number 1. Uses its knowledge to help other species. Number 2. Which animal doesn't care about species when building a relationship? And then number 3. Sometimes, which animal sometimes play tricks on other members of the same species? And D. Which animal is intelligent despite the size of its brain? Number 5. Which animal has been known to succeed where people can't? Number 6. Which animal has developed the ability to plan for future events? Number 7. Which animal shows unusual levels of loyalty? And then number 8, the last one, which animal uses humans to accomplish a task? So the answer for number 1 is dolphin. Dolphin uses its knowledge to help other species. Okay, number 2, the answer is elephant. Number 3, the answer is elephant. Number 4, it is crow. Number 5, dolphin. Number 6, crow. Number 7, elephant. And number 8, crow. So now let's look at the next exercise. It's for D. Match the highlighted words or phrases in the text with their meanings. There are 2 extra meanings which you do not need to use. Okay, let's look at the words devoted, ought, recover, run over, shallow, gather, and accomplish. So there are meanings here. Drive over something. A. B. Understand what's happening. C. Not deep. D. Strange or unusual. E. Come together to form a group. F. Succeed in doing something. G. Get well after an illness or injury. H. Relax. I, having a great love for someone or for somebody and being loyal to them. Okay, so devoted, the meaning is I, having great love for somebody and being loyal to them. Okay, odd. Odd means something strange or unusual. Recover, the answer is get well after an illness or injury. Run over is to drive over something. Shallow is not deep. Gather means to come together to form a group. And accomplish means succeed in doing something. Now we are doing lesson for listening. So you're going to listen to the first part of a radio program in which the presenter gives some information about a country in Southeast Asia. Which country is the presenter talking about this week? So circle the correct name on the map. So you have map of Southeast Asia here.
Listen.
A. Listen to the first part of a radio program in which the presenter gives some information about a country in Southeast Asia. Which country is the presenter talking about this week? Circle the correct name on the map. Part 1.
Last week on Round the World in 30 Minutes, we visited Vietnam. And what a wonderful country it is! This week, we're travelling south. Situated in Southeast Asia, south of Thailand and west of the Philippines, this country is a unique place to visit. Of course, I'm talking about...
The clue given here is south of Thailand and also west of the Philippines. So the answer should be Now we are doing a listening exercise. You are going to listen to the rest of the radio program and complete the sentences.
B. Listen to the rest of the radio program and complete the sentences. Part 2.
Malaysia is divided into two parts, Peninsular Malaysia and the island of Borneo. Peninsular Malaysia is the western part of the country, and it includes Tanjung Piai, which is the southernmost point of mainland Asia. Borneo, which is the eastern part of the country, includes Malaysia's highest mountain, Mount Kinabalu, at 4,095 meters, and one of the largest caves in the world, Sarawak Chamber, with an area of over 164,000 square meters. Malaysia has a wide variety of animals and plants as a result of its climate and the rainforest that covers a large part of the country. Thousands of different species of plants and animals are found in Malaysia, including the rare plant Rafflesia, which is found only in Borneo and Sumatra, and the proboscis monkey, which is endangered. One of the main tourist attractions in Malaysia is definitely the Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur, the world's tallest twin towers. They are about 452 meters tall, and they have 88 floors each. Their construction was completed in 1998, and until 2004 they were the highest buildings in the world. The Petronas Towers are very popular with tourists, and if you visit them you'll certainly see why. Among other things, they offer a breathtaking view of Kuala Lumpur from the observation deck on the 86th floor. They are open Tuesday to Sunday from 9 in the morning to 9 in the evening, except Fridays when they close in the afternoon from 1 to 2:30. A fascinating country indeed, with beautiful scenery, but that's not all. Those who visit must try some of the local dishes, which reflect Malay, Chinese and Indian cuisine. We recommend nasi lemak, which is rice cooked in coconut milk, traditionally served with boiled egg, peanuts, vegetables and a chili sauce. A simple dish, but delicious. Another thing you shouldn't miss is traditional Malaysian theatre. Whether you want to watch a puppet show or a live performance which includes dancing, acting and singing, you are sure to find something to interest you.
So after listening to the radio program, now there are 5 sentences here with gaps. So number 1, let's look at the exercise. Mount Kinabalu is high, so the answer is 4,095 meters. And then the second one, the Petronas Tower were the world's highest buildings from until 2004. So the answer will be 1998. And then for question 3 or sentence number 3, visitors can go to the floor of the Petronas Towers to enjoy an amazing view of Kuala Lumpur. So which floor can you go to? The answer will be 86th floor. Okay, next. The Petronas Towers remain closed for 1 hour and a half in the afternoon on, so the answer will be Friday. Nasi lemak consists of cooked in coconut milk and it is served with sauce and egg, peanuts, and so the answer will be consists of rice and it is served with sauce and egg, peanuts, and vegetable. So now we are moving on to the speaking activity. So this is the one that is in your full blast textbook. So let's look at the task. Talk in pairs. Imagine that your school is organizing a trip to a foreign country. Below are ideas of places to visit or activities to do that are being considered. You are on the school committee and have been asked to give your opinion. First, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each. Then, decide which 3 ideas would appeal most to your fellow students. Use the words or phrases in the boxes. So there are a few places here, like visit a castle, play in the country, walk in the countryside, visit a zoo, explore ancient ruins, bus tour of town, explore a cave, mountain biking through the woods, and bird watching. So these are the words. We have dull, appealing or unappealing, active, entertaining, adventurous, dangerous, educational, relaxing, challenging, tiring, beneficial, energizing, impressive scenery, fresh air, valuable learning experiences, escape from routine, and come into contact with nature. And then there are sentences or phrases for how you're going to do your conversation. I believe would be a good idea because would provide students with an opportunity. Some students may find this because students are or students aren't interested in. I definitely think that, or I definitely think, or it will be or more of students or less students. I agree or I disagree. Young people find enjoyable. And the last one, I don't think many students would want to. So there are many sentences that you can make from the suggested phrases here. These are a few sentences that you can use in your conversation. Example, I believe visiting a castle will be a good idea because it will allow you to know more about the history of the region, tradition, and architecture. Number 2, a visit to the zoo would provide students with an opportunity to see various animals, especially the endangered ones. Number 3, some students may find this boring because bird watching can be time-consuming and needs some patience. Next, students are interested in exploring ancient ruins. I definitely think that exploring a cave would be the choice of more students. I agree, young people find mountain biking enjoyable. I don't think many students would want to take a bus tour of the town. Let's look at some tips for the speaking exercise. First, there are no right or wrong answers, but you must make sure to justify your answer. This is not a monologue, so take turns to speak. Listen to your partner's opinion and respond by either agreeing or disagreeing with it. Don't forget that there are two parts to the task. One part is expressed in the instructions as first choose, and then the second part is then decide. So towards the end of the task, you must reach a decision, and then you have to negotiate with which you have negotiated with your partner. For two activities, like visit a castle or explore ancient ruins, they are nearly the same. So let's look at the advantages. It will allow you to know more about the history of the region, traditions, architecture, and it is also educational. Or you can say, when you climb the spiraling stairways to the top of the battlement or the castle, it will offer secretive passageways. You can see unusual decoration and then breathtakingly spectacular views. And also there is a chance to relive the past. The disadvantages, you can say that there is a long queue for you to enter. The wait could be over 2 hours for the tour to begin. And then you can say also the only way to see the inside of the castle is by taking the guided tour, and it could be expensive. Next, we have walk in the countryside. So for this activity, the advantages are reduce stress and anxiety, relaxing, and also you can say enjoy the beautiful scenery, and then you can get fresh air. The disadvantages, dangerous pests, there are dangerous animals, or there is less transportation to move around, so you need to rent a car. And the next one, visit a zoo. Advantages, see various animals, exotic ones, entertaining, learn more about care of animals, and then help the efforts to protect animals and conserve endangered species. The disadvantages can be focused on the profits instead of the welfare of the animals. Another one, animals should not be in enclosures. Now, the next activity is a bus tour of a town. So you can say the advantages, save time, takes you where you want to go, and then it is cheaper compared to renting a car. The disadvantages are short time for visits to the places of interest, or you can say you do not have chances to mix with the locals. The next activity, explore a cave. The advantages, you can mention adventurous, thrilling to try or challenging, and then you can see various structures or underground system. The disadvantages is dangerous, deep, slippery, unknown terrain, and then it can harm wildlife. Let's look at another activity, which is mountain biking through the woods. So the advantage could be thrilling, adventurous, and then another one is lesser stress. The disadvantages are high cost or injuries if you fall, and it is also tiring. Another choice of activity is bird watching. So let's look at the advantages. The opportunity to spend time in nature, and also can help to raise awareness of environmental problems. Or you can say or mention the disadvantages may disrupt the local wildlife, or it can be time consuming because you need more patience. For this activity, students can record the conversation in Padlet. So you can scan this QR code, or you can use the link given below. This is an example of the conversation between two people. So please listen, and then you can do a similar conversation with your partners.
I suggest we visit the zoo in London. There are many advantages. The first is conservation. Due to overshooting and deforestation in Africa, India and elsewhere, many species are endangered or becoming extinct. The koala bear, some types of deer and the Arabian oryx are examples. Attempts to mate these in captivity have been successful, with the result that their natural habitats have been restocked.
I don't think many students would want to go to the zoo. There are many zoos in our country too. They may find it boring.
Well, zoos are educational. Seeing and touching animals means much more to a child than any number of good books or pictures. Children have a chance to touch, groom animals in a modern zoo. Some zoos specialize in activity centers which generate love of animals, understanding and enjoyment.
I do agree with you, but some say that the cages and enclosures are small. This inhibits exercise, and worse, prevents the putting together of enough animals to allow for natural social behavior.
It has to be said that zoos are constantly improving their facilities and bringing them into line with the animals' natural surroundings as far as possible. The Polar Bear House in London Zoo is currently being remodeled in this way. In addition, the informative booklets, scripts and tapes available in a modern zoo attract the adults also. Entrance takings are high, and money becomes available for research as well as improvement.
Yes, there are many institutes in a zoo like Institute of Zoology and Veterinary. The staff learn how best to keep animals and treat them when sick. Animal nutrition is studied too. I am quite interested in this field.
There is also a strong case for the specialized zoo or sanctuary, such as the Woolly Monkey Sanctuary at Loo, in Cornwall, UK. This provides conservation, education about their kinship and social life in natural colonies, plus personal contact, with opportunities to touch and groom, also lectures.
When the others learn more about the zoo that you are suggesting, maybe they will agree with you.
This is how a student or pupil will use your exercise in Padlet. So the title is here, Visit to a Foreign Country. We are going to speak about the advantages and disadvantages of doing the listed activities. Choose an activity and discuss with your partner. So the students or pupils need to double click. We can see here it's anonymous, so you can ask your pupils to write their name. So for example, name Ali and Raju, example. So once they have written the name, they can upload their audio. If they have recorded the audio, maybe on their smartphone. So just click here. So they can pick a file from the computer. So pick a file for your computer by dragging it here or by clicking the button below. Okay, so they click here, and then for example, look at the music. They're going to upload the music. For example, there's a sound here, music. Okay, so just choose and open, and then it will be uploaded. So their recording will be here. So this is their answer. Okay, the second choice that they have will be to record on the Padlet wall itself. Okay, this is how you do it. Double click again on the mouse, and then you can go to the three buttons here, and then there is a choice of voice. Record audio from your microphone. So they click record. So Padlet.com wants to use a microphone, so you have to click allow. So you can see the symbol or icon for your mic is here. So you just need to click it, and then you can record your answer. Hi, I think we should go to the zoo. The zoo is a good choice because, so once you are done, you just click, and then you have three choices: to close, playback and save, or discard and restart. Okay, so we click playback and save. So you can listen to the playback. Okay, Okay, so you can listen to your conversation, and once you are done, you can maybe write the title will be Visit to a Zoo, example. So then next one you just click save. Okay, that is how a student or pupil can record the answer. Either they record it earlier using their handphone, or they can do it on the Padlet wall itself. There's another choice. I will double click again, double click on the wall. So another choice would be to capture video from your camera. So Padlet.com wants to use your camera, allow, and then you can start recording. You have to choose your camera. So use the webcam. So the webcam is on. You can see me now here. So just click on, you check your mic. It is default, that is correct. Okay, you just click the icon or logo here for the video. So now you're recording. I think the best place to visit will be a castle. So once you're done, just click on the pink or red button again. So you still have the three choices to close, playback and save, or discard and restart. So let's click playback and save. So now it's saving. Okay, so your answer, your video is here. So you can write the title, Visit a Castle. Okay, now the last one would be to write the title. Once you have written the title and you think it is quite okay, or it is good for you to send or post here, so just what is picture in picture. Okay, picture in picture means there are two pictures here, or you can close and then you just save. So now once you have finished saving, so you can see your video is here. So there are three choices, either to upload from a handphone if you record your conversation on the handphone. The second one, you can put record the audio here, and the third one, you can even record a video. So it's easy and as that. So once it is done, you can still have the choice of, let's look at the button here to change. Maybe you want it different color. If you like green, it can be green. So, or you can coordinate the coloring according to the pupils. Okay, for example, this will be blue, so it can be blue. And then this can be yellow, so it can be yellow. So we have come to the end of our lesson for today. Just now we did a lesson on Unit 7, and the title is Mother Nature. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It is called Educator OmniTube. So signing off, I'm Madam Gan. Bye bye and see you in the next lesson.